Starting the trip off here at the Marienplatz. This has been a center of the city since the 12th century. The big Gothic structure that you see there, that is the old town hall of the city. And in that frame you can also see the golden statue right there in the center. That is a statue of Virgin Mary. She's the patron of the city, and so Maximilian I around the 17th century put up that statue to remember her. And that is also the time that they reconquered the Munich from the Swedish invasion of the not holy, not Roman, and not empire. During the 30 Years' War, they reconquered the city at that time, and he put up the statue to remember the patron of, the area. Continue on here to the St. Peter's Church. It is probably the oldest church in the entire city. There's not much to say about this place other than it's very famous among the locals, and you can also go up the stairs if you want, and you have a pretty good view of the entire city. I didn't record anything from up there because you had to pay, and we weren't about to, just pay for everything that we're going. But if you want, that is an option, and I recommend to you guys that you do. It's actually pretty cool inside, so just recommend you guys will go and check out. It's a pretty famous place among the locals. Moving along here to the Munich Residence, that is the palace where the dukes and monarchs of Bavaria used to live when it was an independent state of the Holy Roman Empire. Most notably, the House of Wittelsbach was where they lived. If you don't know the House of Wittelsbach, it is where the blue and white diamond-shaped squares kind of thing that represent Munich all over the place. Even in Bayern Munich symbol, the BMW symbol, if you notice, there's those white and blue diamonds in the middle. That is from the House of Wittelsbach. There's Charlemagne there with all of its glory represented there inside the palace. But it is a must to go in if you like history. The entire history of Bavaria is pretty much in there. I think it was almost 600 years that the monarchs lived there. I think from the 1300s all the way to 1940s, I want to say 1930s maybe. But it's a super important place. And right next to it there, that's the Odeonplatz. That is, I think, the side of the palace, and it's a little bit further from the center, but it's also, worth going. You're already there anyways. And I think the exit's right there. So that's pretty much it for the center of Munich. Move right along to the rest. As you guys could tell from the intro there, these are the clips from the day that we went to Dachau. That is the concentration camp near Munich. It's about an hour away, I'd say. We have to take a train on the bus. But I'm not going to say much about it here because I got an audio guide there. And whatever I found interesting from the audio guide, I just told to the camera right there on the spot. And but I will also spill some facts really quick right here for you guys. It was the first concentration camp built by the Nazis. It was in the former ammunition factory, and at first it was only used for Germans that spoke out against the government, like socialists, communists, anarchists, anyone that pretty much spoke out against the government. And later it was used for Soviets and international enemies of the state. And I think the rest I'll just tell you guys on the spot. And I recommend you guys just take a deep breath. It's kind of an emotional trip. Just hear everything that I say and experience the thing as a whole.
Back there. $30,000 people were crammed in here by the end of the war. It's 5 times more than what they had originally planned for, and they had to build it themselves. Barracks here.
Sí, no tenían comidas, ¿no? Y yo recuerdo la primera vez estaban todos arriba.
We're here between Barrack 3 and this was Barrack 5. By the end of the war, they did medical experiments, mostly to discover, pressure things for the Luftwaffe, which was the German Air Force. And you want to see how pressure affected human body, and experiments were made like right here, in front of, between these two. The German prisoners were all put in the first barracks right at the top, while the Slavs and other, non-Western prisoners were all put in the back. And that meant that the non-Westerners were all constantly exposed to the SS, and they got less food. They were right next to the chambers. It was, critical difference between the two. Yeah, this right here in front of me is definitely the gas chamber. We'll be going there later, but these are memorials for the Christians. And that one at the end of the road right there is for the Jewish. Probably because the priests, they stayed in these end barracks right here in the end of the camp. So they built those right here at the end of the camp as well. And I was listening to the audio. There was a ditch with barbed wire after, where they shot the prisoners, and the bodies already fell in the ditch after. That famous documentary about Dachau that was filmed after the war with them taking all the corpses out. It was in this area, the crematorium area. If you guys haven't seen it before, I recommend you guys look it up. This was definitely one of the most emotional experiences so far in this trip. I just recommend to you guys that you come here, you let it consume you, learn as much as possible about it, learn what happened, how it happened, why it happened, who knew that it happened, who didn't know that it happened, and just let it influence you, your votes, your ideology, and everything. So it's the best information you can get. It's the best message you can get out of this place is learn from it. Learn from the past. Don't let it happen again. And come visit if you can.
moving on here to a lighter part of the trip. This was probably the place that I had the most fun in, not gonna lie to you guys. I like cars. I know a lot of people like cars, and such a big brand like BMW is very famous. Going to the main headquarters, seeing, you know, the museum is very nice inside. It's pretty, it's just beautiful. It's just pretty inside. They tell the entire history of BMW. There's motorcycle cars, Formula One cars, sport cars, normal cars. My dad went with me. He's a really big fan of BMW as well. He kept telling me all the cars that he had during the years. Like, I had this one in black. Oh, this one was, you know, when it came out, it was amazing, or something. So, you know, just little stuff like that that complements the trip. What you guys are seeing there, that is in the opposite side of the big BMW tower that you saw. There's a little walkway that you can walk in between the two. And from what I could tell, that's where the deals actually happen. They actually sell cars to people there. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, visiting these headquarters of BMW, such a big brand, made me want to visit headquarters of other companies as well. And I'm sure Stuttgart is gonna blow my mind, so I'd look forward to that in future videos, because if I go, I'm just gonna record every single part of it. And also Italy, Milan, the headquarters for Ferrari, I think, is in near Bologna, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's for the future video, and that is my beauty right there. The M2 is probably my favorite BMW car ever. So I had a lot of fun seeing all this in one day. Another very big thing that Munich is much famous for is their soccer. Bayern Munich, best team in Germany in history, you cannot deny it. I like Dortmund, but I can't deny Bayern Munich has just conquered German soccer in the last few years. And even though I don't really like the team, I had to visit the stadium. It's pretty far from the city, and it was closed at the time. Like, you couldn't get in and look at everything, but there is a museum, and I'm pretty sure there is a tour. They were just doing renovations outside of it, and I didn't want to pay for it either. But there is a way of getting in, I'm sure. And if not, like, what else can you want but besides buying a Bayern Munich shirt inside the Bayern Munich stadium? Ending the video here in the English Garden, probably the most peaceful place in this entire video. I just wanted to end the video here because it was at the end of our last day there, and it's pretty much how I said bye to Munich. So I want to make it so it's where you guys say bye to Munich, and it's just a very, very peaceful place. You know, birds, sun, nice visuals, and I'm gonna shut up now. Thank you guys for watching. Watch until the end, and peace.